is loud here in Miami. Panthers have tied the score up 2-2. The team's fighting for the right to play the Colorado Avalanche next week when the finals start. The question is, will Claude Lemieux be in the lineup for the Colorado Avalanche? Brian Burke, the director of one of the NHL vice presidents, is here tonight. He's kind of the dean of discipline. He will not make a decision on Lemieux tonight, not before tomorrow. Of course, he hit Chris Draper from behind. Draper went through a couple of hours of surgery today to kind of put his face together. Now back in the studio, Barry Melrose and John Sondels have more on this, but no decision until tomorrow at the earliest. A lot of people expecting a longer suspension than the one game Lemieux got last series. Stay tuned in the intermission. More on that. Guys?
Good job, Al. The one thing about that whole situation, and last night if you saw SportsCenter, you saw Chris Draper's face. Oh, terrible. And 3 hours, Al's right, a couple of hours, 3 hours of surgery on his face, broken orbital bone, cheekbone, and jaw on the right side of the face of Chris Draper. Just a terrible injury. This, again, another situation the NHL doesn't want to deal with, but unfortunately, it's there and it's in front of their face, and they've got to deal with it.
And Commissioner Bettman and Brian Burke were both there in person last night. So it is unfortunate, but I'm sure it will be dealt with in some fashion. All right, in front of Barrasso, goes down and stops Stracker. Rebound. Stracker's on it in the corner. Gets it back to Svema. Winds up. And deflected by Barrasso to his left, and the Penguins clear the zone. Panthers appear energized in the last few minutes. They have the last 8 shots on goal. All of a sudden, Florida, their offense perking up.
Well, you see how important home ice is, and the enthusiasm and the energy that you can build upon. It happened right here in Miami, but they started working hard. They do the simple things, keeping the puck in deep. And Martin Straka, who's a skilled hockey player, makes a play to his backhand right here while the puck is rolling. Barrasso just comes up with a terrific save while lying on his side. Straka followed that up again with another opportunity. Robert Svalis having another strong game, though, as well. And this shot here was deflected in front. Niedermayer's right there. Another good save by Barrasso. The Florida Panthers are having success with their point shots, and Robert Svail has been a big part of that. Niedermayer right in front of the net. Remember, he was called for interference, goaltender interference earlier, so he's making a point of staying on top of that blue paint.
Panthers win the face-off. Gord Murphy through traffic, screening with Skrudland, but it pops high over the goal. Huff pays the price and gets it back to the point. Another shot hit traffic in front, that time by Rhett Warner. Now it's Huff, throws it in front. Skrudland grinding. The Panthers really putting on the effort in front of Barrasso. And Nedved getting a bit feisty with Skrudland and Gord Murphy.
Both teams have to be extremely careful. I mean, this has been a real wild series. At sometimes it's been mean and vicious. That happens in playoffs. But Mike Huff and Joseph looks like they really do want to go, but I just can't imagine. It just doesn't happen in playoff hockey. The two guys really get the chance. They'd actually drop the mitts, unless you're trying to go the other person, obviously, into taking a bad penalty. But tempers do flare. That's a natural part of the game of hockey. But you got to be careful as this game goes on. Neither team, of course, could ill afford to take a silly penalty after the whistle like that right there. Huff gave him a little shot in the shoulder. Then he's looking for the gloves to drop. But Gerard Gauthier comes right in right there. He might have done both players a favor by just getting in there as early as he did get in there. It's different in the regular season than it is in playoff hockey. More times in the regular season, you're going to drop the mitts, you're going to go. It's a long season. It happens. But in the playoffs, you just don't see it.
Face-off between Skrudland and Nedved to the right of Barrasso. Leaves it for Chris Joseph. 2-2 hockey game. Under 4 minutes to go in period number 2. This is Game 6, Eastern Conference Finals. Exclusive coverage on ESPN. Tom Mees along with Aaron Tang and Al Morganti from the Miami Arena. Skrudland leaves it for Murphy. Into the corner. Panthers trying to force Game 7 in Pittsburgh on Saturday night. The Penguins trying to wrap the series up. Here's Nedved behind his own goal to Zubov. And Barrasso heads for the bench for the late penalty call on the Florida Panthers.
It's going to be on Brian Skrudland, Tom. It's going to be a roughing call.
Gallagher gets it to Lemieux, but as Stu Barnes touches up, the whistle blows, and Pittsburgh will be going back on the power play.
Brian Skrudland's off on the bench right now, and it looks like he got some paraphernalia anyway up high in the face. But he knows he's going off right now. He's going to go off for the minor penalty. What happened was Brian Skrudland retaliated after a situation occurred, both players making contact. And the stick right here of Zubov, no, I should say, correct that. It's of Joseph. Right here, that's the retaliatory play. That's what I saw. That's what Gregson saw. The two players coming together. The sticks were high, yeah, but we see it so many times. That's what the referee's looking for. He's looking for the retaliatory play. And a player like Brian Scrudlin, a great leader, and a player that shows a lot of restraint and discipline, I mean, he just flat out got nailed and made a poor decision to put his team in a shorthanded situation. That doesn't happen often with a guy like Brian Scrudlin.
Tell you what else doesn't happen often is a 4-on-3 situation, but that's what we have now for the next 29 seconds. The Panthers, meanwhile, have really been turning up the heat on Tom Barrasso, as you see on that graphic. 1 point, it was 14 all shots on goal. It's now 24-14 officially.
It's been a funny game of momentum. And it looked like the Penguins had it early on in this period. Give the Panthers a lot of credit. They've really fought their way back into this one.
4-on-3 for the next 25 seconds or so. Then it will revert to a 5-on-4 situation in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. J.J. Daniel dumps into the corner. Carries Park, controls it but not out. Daniel's got lots of room. Lines up, feeds in front for Kevin Miller, who deflected it just wide. Nice play by Daniel and Miller, just failed to click. Now it's a 5-on-4 as Lindsay and Tamer come out of the box.
That's a good setup right there from the point man, J.J. Daniel. But Miller just couldn't capitalize. That puck come in a little too quick for him.
Yager trying to set up Lemieux, deflects onto the stick of Daniel. Daniel through a crowd, just wide to the left of Van Beesbrook. Penguins appear very confident on this particular power play. Daniel to the corner. Van Beesbrook gets the rebound in his glove, and he'll hang on with a .4 left on the penalty to Florida.
J.J. Daniel has been very good, and John Van Beesbrook was very fortunate on this particular play on a 4-on-3. And you stop it right here. What he's going to do right here is fake the slap shot and go to this side, because Kevin Miller, a right-hand shot, is going to be right there. Looks like he's winding it up. Good fake play. Gets Spala committing, and Miller has an easy, or what appears to be anyway, an easy tap in from up here. The puck might have been coming a little hard on Miller, and he couldn't corral it. But that had the wide open side to the left of John Van Beesbrook, right into the open net. It all starts with just a heads-up play, though, from J.J. Daniel.
Penguins still looking for their first power play goal of the night, 0 for 4 in their first 4 opportunities. Corey Foster at the left point, pondered there by Fitzgerald, and a whistle. We're going to have a holding call on the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It's just going back and forth, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Minor penalty this way, minor penalty that way.
Corey Foster will sit down for Pittsburgh.
Corey Foster hasn't seen much action on the blue line for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Tough situation jumping into this game. Eddie Johnson only utilizes basically 4 defensemen. The other guys get on for 10, 15, 20-second shifts. Corey Foster's one of those players. Lemieux brought it back. The puck was bouncing a little bit. Foster mishandles it, and then he holds onto the stick right there with one hand, his left hand, and pulls down the Florida Panther player, and that results in a minor penalty for holding the stick. It's the left hand of Corey Foster that reached out and grabbed the twig, pulled him back in.
This is the first game in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the Florida Panthers where they have faced elimination. And they have performed rather well for a young franchise. Coming up, it'll be the New Dodge Intermission Report. John Saunders, Barry Melrose, they'll take a look at the outcome of that Colorado-Detroit series. Colorado Avalanche Cup bound, and Barry's analysis of this game tonight as well. That's all coming up on the New Dodge Intermission Report at the end of the second period. Who knows how many intermissions we'll have tonight. 2-2 game late in the second. Martin Straka taken off his stick by Tamer over to Sandstrom. Sandstrom wheels up the center, up to Nedved. Chris Tamer on it for Pittsburgh. 4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds, and then Florida will have the extra man.
Eddie Johnson's come back with Lemieux and Yager on the ice right now. While it remains 4-on-4.
Puck in the corner. Straka trying to tie up Yager in the Pittsburgh zone. Yager very strong though. And here he comes back the other way. Yager on his backhand behind the goal. It's now a Florida power play. And Yager is tied up by Barnes, but gives it away to Miranda. Yager in front. Oh! Rebound Lemieux! Blocked off! By the defenseman in front, Murphy.
Oh boy, what a play
that, Darren?
It was actually Jason Woolley. Woolley going in to make it a fine block.
Number 6 instead of 5. Here's Stu Barnes with a shot. Blocked off in front, I believe, by Miranov. And the way Woolley went down, it was tough to see what number it was, but whoever it was, he made a good block.
You know, before that, I tell you, Stu Barnes was on the smallest side of the board in the NHL. Did some great defensive work one-on-one with Jogger coming his way.
Svela picks up a loose puck. Takes the shot through traffic short side. Deflects behind the goal. Barnes back to Jovanovski. Over to Svela. Svela. Jovanovski off his right skate, and that will just about do it for the power play.
Tough play to keep it in for Jovanovski right there. Quickly went off the skate of Nedved and then went right to Jovanovski.
Teams back to 5 aside. 15 seconds left in the period. Mellenby. Shot by Shepard. Save. Barrasso. Under 10 seconds to go. Svela kicks it in. Takes a shot. Deflected by traffic in front, and that'll do it for a very entertaining second period of play. Mario Lemieux had a golden opportunity with an open net, but a great play by Woolley saved the day for the Florida Panthers. Bill Lindsay's goal tied it at 2. That's where we are at the end of 2. Now the New Dodge Intermission Report. John and Barry, take it away.
All right, Tom, thanks a lot. So an exciting 20 minutes still left. The Pittsburgh Penguins trying to play the Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Final. Florida trying to stay alive, and Florida looking very good in that period.
Florida looked great in that period, especially after Lindsay scored that goal. A typical Florida, bouncing puck around the front of the net. They throw it in somehow. From then on, they took over. Florida's playing great. Just like we talked about, this team will not quit. They're going to play hard right to the end. Great third period coming up. But again, Pittsburgh will turn their chances around quick. Florida needs a lot of chances to score. Pittsburgh only needs 1. So that's the difference in the two teams in this third period.
Yeah, another seeing-eye goal for the Florida Panthers. They've got it all tied up at 2-2. With the third period is still to come. But right now it's time for the New Dodge Intermission Report. When we come back, we'll move to the West. Some controversy in that series between Colorado and Detroit. They have not put that to rest as of yet. You won't want to miss it.
Never! Then I will! No! Ah! No! Ah!
Doobie doobie doo. Do doobie.
Drink Bud Ice, but
Doobie doobie.
beware the Penguins.
Do doobie doo.
Showers and thunderstorms tonight.
You know, a day like today would be perfect to take your kid to McDonald's.
Hello.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Dad.
How about lunch?
Yeah, sounds great.
Introducing the burger with the grown-up taste. McDonald's Arch Deluxe.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
Hi, it's me again. Looks like AT&T is back at it, trying to confuse everybody about who saves the most on long distance. The truth is, MCI not only saves over AT&T, we prove it in writing. Guess you can't blame AT&T, though. If you were more expensive than MCI, wouldn't you want everyone to be confused, too?
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy, don't you think?
Original and cooling blue.
By Menon.
Tonight's Intermission Report is presented by the New Dodge. We're thinking ahead.
And welcome to the New Dodge Intermission Report. John Saunders and Barry Melrose. We are tied at 2 apiece with the third period still to come, and a great one between Pittsburgh and Florida. Let's talk about the West last night and some controversy in this one. Claude Lemieux, he missed a game because he was suspended, and then he got tossed out of last night's game for this hit on Chris Draper. Was it a dirty hit? The Red Wings think absolutely.
Look at me. You know, this is a hockey game, but look at my face. You know, I can't even talk. My nose, my whole side of my face.
I can't believe I shook this guy's hand after the game. That pisses me right off. He was one of our best players in the series. I can't believe it. We lost. They beat us. They had a better team, and this is beyond the game. Just a bunch of
I didn't think it was dirty. I didn't cross-check him. I didn't trip him. I hit him, you know, shoulder to shoulder. The Wings should be furious of the way they've played in the last 2 years in the playoff. That's what they should be furious at, not at this hit.
And he's going to have to come play against us next year. He knows that. We'll be ready for him. He has 4 months to get ready for it. It's something we're not going to forget.
That's hockey, as we had said between intermission reports early as we watched that tape. Was it a dirty hit, first of all, and should there be suspension of Lemieux?
It was a hit from behind, John, and that's exactly what they called. Draper's face hit the where the boards meet the glass, and that created the injury. It was a hit from behind. They punished him. They gave him a 5-minute major, kicked him out of the game. He was kicked out of the game, the most important game in the franchise history. He missed that game, plus put his team down for 5 minutes. So he's been punished in that series as much as they could. I don't think he deserves to be suspended. It happens over and over again. It happened to Chris Draper in this situation. Tough check, but I don't think he deserves to be suspended. Just one of those things that happen in hockey.
Well, quick question. Draper's face was down low as he got hit. If it's up a little higher and there's no injuries that way, do you think that there'd be as much controversy?
No, the injury created the controversy, and that's the problem with the hockey boarding and stuff. The injury creates the suspensions. If he doesn't get hurt, there's probably only a double minor, maybe just a 2-minute penalty. He gets hurt seriously, that creates a 5-minute major, that creates a game misconduct, that creates all the controversy. So it's a case of the being penalized for the injury, not really the check, and that's the problem in our sport. What do you penalize? The severity of the injury creates suspension, whatever. So I hope they don't suspend Claude, because I think he's been punished enough in that situation.
It certainly was a nasty-looking injury, and Draper had to undergo surgery today to have that face repaired. Now, in the meantime, Colorado is headed to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time. All the controversy aside, this team is ecstatic to get there and await either Pittsburgh or Florida.
Our big guys played very well. Joey Sakic played outstanding. Patrick made some big saves, and you know, Mike Ricci scored a big goal to make it 3-1. So, you know, we're having fun right now, but you know, the main thing is to you know, stay focused, and our job isn't over yet.
You're just so pumped up. I mean, this is what you dream about. This is what I've been playing all these years for, and to feel that, I mean, that was the best feeling in the world. I mean, you scream so much, you come in here, I got a headache now. I don't even know. I think I got to go to bed.
All right, and Mike Ricci, who played tremendously in the series, especially the last couple of games. A nice job, and that's part of the reason Colorado is there. Colorado at home watching right now. Pittsburgh or Florida, who do they want?
Well, they want to play, as I mentioned before, I think they'd want to play Pittsburgh in this situation. But a number of things happen. They match up very well against Pittsburgh. One of the main reasons we've shown it a number of times is this guy in net, Patrick Waugh. He's proven time and time again he's the best goaltender in playoffs in hockey. I don't know if he'll win the Conn Smythe trophy this year the way Sack explained, but he's doing it great. Another thing this team does that Florida can't do against Pittsburgh, create mistakes into goals. There's a mistake, the puck comes down the ice, Sack to Deadmarsh, that's a goal. Florida doesn't do that. They don't turn mistakes into goals the way Colorado can. Another thing, special teams. Their power plays great. It's 21% right now. If Pittsburgh takes bad penalties or penalties at all, that power play will turn those penalties into goals. And again, that's one thing Florida's not doing against Pittsburgh. Their power play is not as good as Colorado's. So Colorado matches up very well against Pittsburgh.
You know, as we've seen, for those people who didn't think that Florida would be an exciting team to watch, it hasn't been that way. It's been very exciting. So either way, it's going to be great. We will have game number 2 on Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Time. That's when the coverage begins with the quest for the Cup. Fox's game 1 on Tuesday.
Dodge's new Family Value Caravan comes with 146 cubic feet of cargo room, 9 cup holders, 9 nooks, crannies, compartments, and cubby holes. There's even a money holder, which is nice, because when you buy this Caravan, you should end up with some change. The new Dodge Caravan. This year, Motor Trend's Car of the Year is more than a car, it's the new Caravan.
Introducing the VersaPack cordless rubber and broom with interchangeable batteries from Black & Decker. Because there's nothing more rewarding than a job well done.
This man thinks he's just pledged undying love for his girlfriend, Midge. He hasn't. He also thinks he's tasted new Miller beer. He hasn't. Brand new Miller beer. Say ah, not duh. Look for the red label.
There is a magic within them. A legendary quality. They are men of miracles. Fly with them in this extraordinary new video. NBA Legacy, living legends to rising stars. You also get the officially licensed NBA team sweatshirt of your choice. Both the authentic sweatshirt and the video are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. NBA Legacy traces a line of superstars as greatness is passed from one generation to the next. You also get a great-looking heavyweight sweatshirt featuring the colorful logo of your favorite NBA team. No matter which team it is, it's free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Call now and get NBA Legacy plus the team sweatshirt of your choice, both free from Sports Illustrated. It's a sports experience like no other. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
And welcome back to the New Dodge Intermission Report. The Florida Panthers fell down 2-1. They play very well, and they've tied this thing. What do they have to watch for in the third period?
Well, just as we talked about all series long, the one thing Pittsburgh does is convert mistakes into goals, and that East-West game we've talked about. They've had 3 or 4 chances to do that this series. They scored on one of them, and as we'll see what happens right here. Barnes gets a puck. Poor dump here. Doug McClain talking about that. It's a giveaway. The defense gets it. Now they get that great transition game going. Mario gets the puck. Back to the defenseman off the line because you got to respect his skill. But the coverage is very good there. The defenseman's got Mero, the other defenseman picking up the other man going to net. Now here's the mistake. That man comes in and picks Jagger. That's not Jagger. Barnes is Jagger's man. He should be picking up the point. Mario will find the open man. There's that east to west pass. Great shot from the point. Doesn't score in that situation, John. But Florida does not want to give up those chances. Those are the ones that'll kill Florida. Those east to west plays, those pretty plays, those outnumbered chances. Doug McClain will say no 2-on-1s, no 3-on-2s. Play a good, solid defensive period.
Yeah, and in most cases, when there's been a mistake, though, Beezer has been back there to come up with it. It is tied at 2 apiece. Pittsburgh leads the series 3-2. If there's a Game 7, it's Saturday right here on ESPN.
This man thinks he's just won the lottery. He hasn't. He also thinks he's tasted new Miller beer. He hasn't. Brand new Miller beer. Say ah, not duh. Look for the red label.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think?
Original and cooling blue.
By Menon.
Ladies and gentlemen, athletic lunacy will be served up daily, fresh, piping hot. Please come back for seconds.
The X Games, sponsored in part by Taco Bell.
There's something out there, something different, something real. It's far from the usual.
Introducing the 3-cheese melt from Taco Bell. Tons of real mozzarella, cheddar, and pepper jack cheese. Melted the way you like it. The 3-cheese melt, just 99 cents. There's so much cheese, you'll be back for more.
There's nothing ordinary about it. Taco Bell.
Hey, get your own.
Fred Engel just bought fertilizer for the women's gymnastics team. The Garcias got a new love seat for America's boxers. Deborah Bishop just bought 5 dresses for the U.S. decathlon team. And Tony Johnson, a new garden hose for the U.S. mountain bikers. When you use your Visa card, Visa will make a donation to help all our Olympic hopefuls go for the gold. Like Jerry Graff, who picked out this new aquarium for the synchronized swimmers. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
As a rule, engines develop good torque only when you push hard on the accelerator. But even at idle speed, a Dodge Magnum V8 can pull not only this loaded Ram 1500, but this loaded 2500 and a loaded 3500 as well. 15 tons. That's because every Ram truck has to pull much more than its own weight, even at idle speed. That's our rule. Dodge Ram. The rules have changed.
The New Dodge Intermission Report rolls along in the NBA. The Jazz trying to force a Game 7. They lead the Sonics 32-22. Baseball scores in the National League in that game between the Dodgers and the Phillies. The Dodgers pulled off the hidden ball trick. Eric Karros fooling Glenn Murray. Baseball tonight. We'll have the highlights of that and all of the baseball scores also on SportsCenter. Right now, we are tied at 2 apiece as Bill Lindsay evens this thing up.
Over 500 yards. What would you suggest, Arthur?
Position is very important on this one, sir. May I suggest the 9-iron?
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Still about 450, sir. Try the 9-iron.
Excellent. Excellent.
If you can't afford all the equipment you need, come to Play It Again Sports.
Excellent.
You can trade in used sports equipment to get the best price on used or new golf clubs.
Excellent.
Come to Play It Again Sports and trade in your used sports equipment.
The admission-free Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is open daily. The Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk is open daily. Boardwalk!
Bell helmets. Courage for your head.
ESPN's coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs is brought to you by the new Dodge. We're thinking ahead. By new Miller Beer, the brand new beer from Miller with big flavor that goes down easy. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
And attention mounts in Miami Arena. As we were after 2 periods of Game 3, we are tied at 2 going into the third.
The Florida Panthers had 16 shots on goal in that period, but it was the Pittsburgh Penguins that started things off on the right foot for them. Here you see a little turnover, and David Roach does a wonderful job of getting the puck quickly to Miller. That makes it 2-1. Then this shot in front of the net, Joe Dietzig actually makes it 2-1 with that nifty little redirection. But a giveaway for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Robert Spala does a nice job of keeping it in. One-timer fanned on it. As Barry Melrose says, they don't have to be pretty. That's a typical Florida Panther goal. Bill Lindsay ties the game up at 2 apiece. So a big goal for the Florida Panthers. They led 1-0, tied 1-1 on Miller's. They trailed 2-1, and they come back and tied up at 2 apiece. So Dietzig gets his first career goal, but Lindsay gets his 5th to tie it up at 2 apiece.
And which uniform will Old Mo wear here in the third period?
Yeah, good question. Really good point.
We're about to find out. If there's a carryover, the Panthers have the last 12 shots on goal in this hockey game. Puck is deep in the Pittsburgh zone. Mironov, Lemieux, Karam's out to center. If there is a 7th game, you'll see it exclusively right here on ESPN. 7:30 Eastern Time, Saturday night from Pittsburgh, but the Penguins don't want that. They don't want to take a chance with a 7th game. They're treating this like their 7th game. And the puck is knocked over the glass into the crowd for a face-off.
Should be a delay game penalty on John Van Beesbroek. Van Beesbroek came out to play the puck, and he got it right off the heel, sort of a heel-to-toe snapper. And Van Beesbroek, it's a delay game penalty. Derek Gregson goes over to the penalty box area. Now Van Beesbroek right here, the rules are, if a goaltender fires the puck over the glass, as Van Beesbroek does, without hitting anybody, and that clearly did not hit anybody, then it's a delay of game penalty, and that's exactly the case. Now downstairs, ice level, Al Morgani.
Thank you, Darren. Well, I'm with the men. It's got to be one of the happiest men in South Florida, certainly. I'd say you own the Dolphins, you own the Marlins, Joe Robbie Stadium, and the Panthers, Wayne Huizenga. This has to be much more than you could have ever expected this early in franchise history.
It's fantastic. In our third year, you couldn't ask for anything more than that. These kids are great. They're playing hard, and boy, are we glad to be here.
How about the sport itself? You know, you're kind of new to it, I guess, and it's new to the area. It looks like the sport that's going to take over. I know you own other sports teams, but it looks like a sport that's about to catch on everywhere.
Yeah, this is one of the sports that's really growing. It's fantastic. You can't ask for much. This is really exciting, and being in the playoffs, there's nothing like being in the playoffs.
All right, thanks a lot, and good luck through the rest of the playoffs here, and I guess into the future with your new arena.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Al. Love the lapel pins on Wayne Huizenga's jacket, by the way.
He got rats all over the place. He's having a whole lot of fun, too. That's for sure.
Well, it's his money. You ought to be able to have fun with it, right? He writes the checks. Now Gordon Murphy sends a long one in on Tom Barrasso. Never a bad idea in a playoff game.
Penguins on the power play right now, the first power play of this period. Niedermeyer served that penalty, minor penalty to John Van Beaver to delay game.
In the corner, almost a setup in front for the Florida Panthers. Comes back the other way, and offside on Pittsburgh. Let's take a look at our Visa storyline. Early in the third period of game number 6, the Panthers took actually the last 15 shots of the second period. Power plays have not been a factor for either side tonight, as you see. And this is unbelievable. Lemieux and Yager, no official shots on goal in the game.
And our Visa storyline replay. Yager being denied right here first, but then the key, Mario Lemieux at the end of the second has a wide open net. It doesn't happen often, but Lemieux fired that puck right in the midsection of defenseman Jason Woolley. Woolley made a terrific defensive play there to keep it a 2-2 game.
Face-off just outside the Panthers' zone. Penguins with still a minute to go on their power play. 6-1 of the night. And Florida is able to gain control and ice it legally. Terry Carter does the honors. Now it's Corey Foster. Off the stick of Lemieux. Nedved has to double back. And Foster's entry pass behind the goal for Van Beesbroek. Lemieux. Thomas Sampson trying to center in front. Now Lemieux gets it out to Foster. Zubov sends it through traffic, and Van Beesbroek moved aside from the traffic, saw the shot, and made the save. He'll hang on for the face-off. Well, the chase for Lord Stanley's Cup continues 1 week from tonight. It'll be Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals on ESPN. We'll start at 7:30 Eastern Time with a half-hour pregame show, The Quest for the Cup, followed by Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific Time. The Colorado Avalanche against the winner of this series. That'll be Game 2. That'll be our first game. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals will be next Tuesday night, also from Denver at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on Fox. Game 1 on Fox, Game 2 on ESPN. Got that? Make a note. Still 27 seconds left in the Penguin power play. Nedved wins the face-off to Yager. Zubov is passed in the corner, intercepted by Paul Laws, but retaken by Nedved. Over to Corey Foster. Laws again, but Foster keeps it in. Yager over to Nedved. Top of the circle. Again, the Penguins passing around the perimeter. 5 seconds left in the power play. Nedved, and his pass down low, intercepted. No shots on that possession in the Florida zone.
Well, we talked about the power plays. Both teams respectively going 0 for 5. The penalty killers have been just fantastic. I mean, just aggressive, jumping on loose pucks, keeping the pucks on the outside. But when you get good penalty killing, you need good goaltending as well. And that play, Pittsburgh, as you said, didn't even get a sniff on Van Beesbroek.
Yager centers in front, and traffic barreling into the goal. Van Beesbroek has Barnes on top of him, and Smolinski also down in the area. Let's hope everybody's all right.
Yeah, he looks like he's okay right there. Getting up a little slowly, but that's only natural right now. You've got some time on the ensuing break. It's an odd man situation, 2-on-2. Good defensive coverage by the Florida Panthers once again. And the stick being held up by Stu Barnes. Barnes does an excellent job of coming back right here. Might have been fortunate he doesn't take a penalty in this situation, but between Paul Laws, between Gordon Murphy, between Stu Barnes, you get the picture here. The Florida Panthers make a team commitment to defense. That's not boring hockey. That's taking the man out. That's doing the right things inside your blue line, and that's why they've had such great success. And John Van Beesbroek is the beneficiary of that terrific team defense that they've shown. But when it all is said and done and the puck gets through, Van Beesbroek still showing plenty of confidence. He's only faced 15 shots on goal right now. The wise thing for Pittsburgh to start going to the net right here and getting some traffic on Van Beesbroek.
That time, not only did he have to worry about the puck there, but some traffic from his own team and the other as well. Wasn't exactly Mr. Lonely on that last scoring opportunity. Shepard and Daniel in the corner. Four-man Stromik comes out on the stick of Dmitry Mironov. Off with Dave Roach. Icing will be the call on Pittsburgh, though, as Brent Warner touches up with 16:39 to go in regulation. Game 6 in Miami, tied at 2.
There are a lot of compelling reasons for buying a Dodge Ram. A potent line of Magnum engines, the most available towing of any pickup, payload capacity of up to 2.5 tons. But perhaps the weightiest argument is this. Dodge Ram has higher resale than Ford, Chevy, or GMC. The rules have indeed changed.
This is it, where brand new Miller beer begins. Where the hops grow that give new Miller beer its flavor. Because new Miller beer is brewed a totally new way, straight from the heart of the hops, for flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. Brand new Miller beer. Reach for what's out there.
You're tuned into exclusive coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN. Game 6, Eastern Conference Finals. Pittsburgh Penguins, Florida Panthers. Game tied at 2. Penguins lead the series 3-2, trying to close out the Panthers tonight. If they can't, we'll be in Pittsburgh Saturday night for Game 7 at the Igloo. And the crowd is in a frenzy, waving those towels. And on several occasions, some that have counted, some not, the Rats have hit the ice tonight.
A couple of times retracting Rats, huh? Throw them on, pull them off, throw them on that controversial goal to begin the scoring in this hockey game. But they have great enthusiasm here, and that really helps the home club.
Ryan Smolinski's had a fine series. Goes to the boards, absorbs a hit from Jovanovski. J.J. Daniel, save, rebound, and Van Beesbroek with Smolinski on the doorstep. Keeps it a 2-2 game.
Well, that's a quick foot right there. Quick right foot from Van Beesbroek. Kept his balance and made a fine save off Smolinski. Smolinski really paying the price in front of the net to get those 2 shots.
There, Lemieux tries to get around Paul Laws. The shot is dribbling off his stick to the corner. Could have been bothered at the last moment.
Yeah, Laws looked like he got the blade of his stick on that shot by Lemieux.
Gary Partner pulls up. Fans want him to shoot, but he gives it to Barnes. Cross ice for Shepard, but intercepted there nicely by Chris Tamer. Tries to control for Pittsburgh and does, up to Lemieux. Van Beesbroek saw Sandstrom coming, went the other way with him. And now it's Martin Straka, 1-on-1 with Joseph. Straka, backhand, just wide.
Good speed from Straka right there, busting down the wing. Unfortunately for Straka, he's a left-hand shot going down the right side. He has to pull it to his backhand. He went high on Barrasso, and then did he ever pay the price afterwards?
Now it's Rod Niedermeyer for the Florida Panthers. Can't get by Zubov. Straka picks up the loose puck. Niedermeyer back to the point. Warner, the shot saved. Barrasso. And the stick along the ice. Ward Murphy. He'll just dump in as the Panthers go for a change. Partial change, that is. And this should be icing on Pittsburgh as Partner touches up with 14:47 in regulation.
You're seeing the speed of the Florida Panthers coming through the neutral zone as Martin Straka busts wide on Joseph. Goes to the backhand right here, protecting the puck. Just missed high to the glove side, the far side on Barrasso. Martin Straka's head is up all the way. Trying to get Joseph wide right there. Gets a good beat on that and then pays the price right afterwards as Joseph rides him into the end boards. But Straka's one of these players on the Florida Panthers. He adds speed. He did not play in the last game. He had a brilliant chance. In game number 4 here, there was a 2-1 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins. He missed on that attempt in the final minute of the game. Subsequently, he was a scratch in the next game at Pittsburgh. No offense going there as they were shut out. So Doug McLean puts him back into the lineup, and he has been good in this hockey game.
Sure has. Fitzgerald and Nedved on the face-off, and J.J. Daniel controls it for Pittsburgh. Oh, giveaway by Yager. Fitzgerald gets around traffic, but is tied up. And a penalty going to come on Pittsburgh's Dmitry Miranda. He took Fitzgerald down, and he'll be sitting.
Well, the Penguins are frustrated, certainly because of the calls that are being made. But there's one thing you have to say. You have to give Florida credit, because when you persistently keep the puck in the offensive zone and you continue to move around, causing the defensemen or the players on the defensive side of the puck to turn and pivot and shift, eventually what's going to happen is they're going to take a penalty. Lindsay does an excellent job right here, riding off Yager. Poor giveaway. Fitzgerald fakes the shot. Mironov gets beat and then takes him down. Now, there's no doubt Fitzgerald helps himself with this one here, but the stick is in the midsection once he makes this fine little deke. There's the stick in the midsection, and Fitzgerald definitely left his feet to exaggerate that fall, but it was all because of a good move by Fitzgerald, too, on Mironov. But the power play for the Panthers continues to be suspect. 0 for 5 in this game, 6 shots on goal.
The penalty killers have ruled today for both squads in this game tonight. Neither side has a power play goal, and they've had their chances. Here's Jason Woolley. He's out there with Niedermeyer and Melody, and here comes Martin Straka again with good speed, but Zubak does a nice job riding him out of the play. Dangerous from the point. Down low. Niedermeyer and Tamer. Now it's Melody. He has one of the Florida goals tonight. Jason Woolley pokes it center, cross ice for Salem. Panthers back onside as Melody pitches in down in the corner now. Here Terry Gregson wanting the players to play the puck off the boards, and they do. Melody top of the circle, down to the side. Given room, he wheels around. Down low, Niedermeyer. Jason Woolley. Traffic in front of Brasso. Niedermeyer tries to play along the board. Martin Straka keeps it in. Malaby trying to set up Niedermeyer, and finally Mario Lemieux has enough of this.
Good patience shown by Pittsburgh, because nothing was coming in the middle, so they just kept the Florida Panthers on the outside. Nothing doing in terms of shots. The Panthers looked like they just lacked a little confidence in decision-making on that power play.
25 seconds still left in the Panther power play. Oh, Brasso gives it away. Hits Shepard in the back, and Lowry fans on a chance in the slot as Gregson says the puck was played by a high stick, and the faceoff will come out of the Pittsburgh zone.
Yeah, all the way down in the Florida Panther zone. Whenever you have a high stick, you're on the power play. It goes back to your own zone. Unless, of course, it's a minor penalty. No, that's definitely not the case. So I just saw Dave Lowry for a moment going towards there. So Terry Gregson explaining things over to Ray Shepard. And Tom Barrasso, you know, he's a nifty puck handler. He's very good at that, and that's a bonus. That's like having a third defenseman out there on the ice. But Tom Barrasso made a poor decision. He tried to go right up the gut, right up the middle. 2-2 hockey game, 12 minutes and 52 seconds left in this game. Critical game, obviously, for both teams. But Barrasso went right up the middle, got blocked, nearly tapped into the empty net. That's when you keep it along the wall. But he's very good at it, and when you're very good at it, you have the confidence to do it. And I bet if he gets the chance again, he'd probably do it again.
Who's going to be the hero tonight for Florida or Pittsburgh? Will it be a superstar? Will it be a role player? Time will tell. Face-off in the Panthers zone. In 19 seconds, Mironov will be out of the box. And the puck shoved out to center ice. And into the Pittsburgh end. LaRue races for it. Keeps Lowry to it, but gives it away. Only momentarily, though. Nedved, and now Nedved has it poked away. Into the corner. Lowry sends it out front. Shot! Oh, deflection just blocked. Rebound in front. Barrasso's down and makes the save. Oh, my goodness. Ray Shepard are trying to catch their breath here in Miami. We'll do the same.
Tonight feels kind of weird, but it's a good weird. I can feel it in my bones. This is not going to be your run-of-the-mill, laundry-doing, pizza-eating kind of night. I will not be exercising tonight, or philosophizing, or organizing. What I am going to do is look for women who look like trouble, and I'm going to flirt with them heavily, because tonight, I'm not just drinking beer. I'm gulping life. I'm going to eat the night alive. What are you going to do? Olsen Ice, step outside.
We didn't put Dodge Intrepid's windshield in the usual place. We moved it forward and down to enhance visibility and aerodynamics. The wheels were moved toward the corners to make it more stable. And now many features that were options are standard. So even though Intrepid has air, speed control, power windows, and more, the price isn't where you'd expect to find it either. It's lower. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
Alongside Tom Mees, Al Morgani, Darren Pang here in Miami. The Florida Panthers, excellent chance right there. Ray Shepard's redirection just wide. Dave Lowry, though, has 2 kicks at it right here and gets 2 good shots on goal. Tom Barrasso, excellent save. Shepard going in front of the net with his sweet hands, just barely misses the short side. Look at Yager on the right side. Great defensive play by Yager. You've seen the desperation in the team defense shown by the Pittsburgh Penguins there by one of their big guns.
Will there be a 7th game in Pittsburgh on Saturday night? The Penguins don't want any part of it. Florida needs it, or their season is over. Mario Lemieux dumps into the corner, but it's short-circuited by Van Beesbrook and back up the ice. As J.J. Daigneault touches up in the corner. Florence is right on him, takes it away. Daigneault retakes for Pittsburgh. Stu Lawrence causing havoc back there. Again, the Panthers just dump it deep in the Pittsburgh end, and Barnes is in the corner. Doesn't have much help, and now he's helped out by Mike Huff, who takes it away. Huff in front, and Garganoff fans on it as it dribbles to center. Pittsburgh will go for a change. Brett Warner at his own end. Bradshaw plays it for Zubov. Zubov pressured, but Dietzig off the boards to Kevin Miller. Chris Tamer deflecting off the defenseman partner. Here's Johan Garpenlaw. Former San Jose Shark. Garpenlaw trying to set up a teammate at the blue line. Goes to the corner. Parker down low behind the goal for Huff in the corner. 7 minutes to go in regulation. Strela from the point. Kevin Miller picks up the deflected shot.
Florida winning the one-on-one battles. They've got the quick forecheck going. It's creating turnovers on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins have to do what they set out in this period. Get the puck out of their zone quickly. One quick pass and get it out of there and make the safe play around the boards. Right now, it looks like Florida's got some pretty good energy going.
Brad Lauer to the corner for Pittsburgh in the Florida end, but it's easily retrieved by Murphy. And look at Straka. He's got the legs going tonight. Straka. Lauer. Straka. Score! The former Pittsburgh Penguin beats Tom Barrasso, and the Panthers have the lead.
Martin Straka has been excellent in this hockey game, and Doug McLean looks sharp. But what a move by Straka, and then the give and go. Bill Lindsay puts it right back on the tape, and Straka makes no mistake putting that puck high over Barrasso, but it all starts right here as he makes a great move on J.J. Daigneault one-on-one. But Bill Lindsay, now a goal and 1 assist in this game, gives it back, and Straka takes a hit afterwards, but not before firing it over the body of Tom Barrasso. How quickly he's got to get this puck up, and he does so. And it has given the Panthers a 3-2 lead.
We'll be back to Miami in just a moment.
for the very first time in the long and storied history of the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont Stakes, there's an absolute 100% sure thing. If you try to use American Express, you won't get in, because the only card accepted at the gate is Visa. It's everywhere you want to be.
Nobody is sitting down at Miami Arena. They've been standing all through the commercial break. We're going to show you why.
Straka with that heads-up move again, and you see the team speed of the Panthers. Who says they're not creative? But they're getting some offense, and they were creative. A terrific heads-up play right there by the Panthers. Barrasso right here has to go back to his left. As he goes to his left, Straka brings it again and then goes upstairs. And then it's a rat fest.
And Barrasso's got to hide in his net. He's no dummy. You're not going to get pelted with those plastic rats. Wayne Huizenga, the owner, with Al Morganti a few moments ago. After the goal, this is the scene. He and his wife. Is that an usher?
Everybody gets involved right here at the Miami Arena.
Wow.
His wife on the left side pulled out. She had a cotton bag, and she must have had a dozen rats. She just pulling them out and tossing them right here on the ice of the Miami Arena.
Well, it's a tradition. I know that some around hockey hopes ends this year, but it's a connection between these fans and their team that right now you can't stop it.
Well, you don't stop it early. You can't stop it late. Guys picking up the rats do a wonderful job of getting them off the ice early. Lindsay and Murphy getting the helpers. Hey, Bill Lindsay's had a real good hockey game, but their forecheck has been back. They regained the momentum, and you saw it coming. They had a good forecheck. They were being aggressive, and then they turned what looked like an innocent-looking play on a 2-on-2 into a go-ahead goal.
Remember, we asked at the beginning of the period which jersey Old Mo would wear and for how long. Right now, he's got the red, white, and gold. We'll see if he switches to the black and gold as the Penguins have it deep in the Florida and loose in front of Van Beesbrook. And Huff corrals it for Florida. J.J. Daniel back at center. Under 10 minutes to go in regulation time. Tom Mees with Darren Pang and Al Morganti here at the Miami Arena. Hope you're enjoying our exclusive coverage tonight as Tamer retreats in his own zone. Smolinski keeps the puck in the zone to Kevin Miller, but broken up by Gord Murphy. And Murphy off the glass and down the ice, and this will be icing as Sergei Zubov touches up. And we'll go down to Al Morganti.
Well, thanks a lot. Well, it's a great night here in Florida, and how good does it look for one particular player and Coach Doug McClain? Yeah, they're beating the Pittsburgh goaltender here tonight, and one of the guys that beat him, Martin Straka, and the guy that put him in the lineup tonight, Doug McClain, done about everything right. Puts Mellenby and Niedermeyer together. That line sparks up. Puts Woolley on the power play. Dresses 7 defensemen. The power play sparks up. Gives him a big speech about forechecking, some energy. That perks up. And now Straka chips in with that big goal. Keep him out of game. Get him energized a little more. Everything looking real good, guys, for the Panthers.
You are dead right about that, Al. It's great when they work out in your favor. Another thing to keep in mind, General Manager Brian Murray had a big pep talk yesterday with his hockey club in a meeting just to keep the morale up.
Dietzick almost gave Pittsburgh the tie. Rhodes picked up a loose puck, but his shot didn't get through on Van Beesbrook. Here comes Florida, but Chris Tamer helps break up the play for Pittsburgh. Smolinski, cross ice. Tamer tied up by Stu Barnes. Rhodes is on it, but only momentarily. And Svela regroups for Florida. Tries to clear the zone and does. Zubov. Shepard at center ice. Makes a whack at Dietzick. Chris Tamer. Up at center. Warner. Martin Straka. Rick Warner taken away by Jaromir Jagr. Jagr puts on a burst of speed, but Warner catches up to him. He takes him into the board. Murphy lays a body on Lauer. Jagr again. As the defenseman on top of him, and Straka, who's playing like a man possessed, has the puck. He'll wait for a teammate. He got it away from Mironov, but Lauer will recover for the Penguins.
Speed. Speed is what makes it happen for Martin Straka because he's not a big player and he's not a grinding kind of player. He's a finesse player, so he needs that speed. And he has given the Florida Panthers a 3-2 lead.
No, I'm not going to wear a silly hat or set anything on fire because Stevens Creek Toyota's got some exciting news. It's called Toyota Certified. Used cars backed by a 6-year, 100,000-mile factory warranty. Only the finest late-model Toyotas qualify. 128 quality assurance tests performed by our Toyota technicians ensure that the best new cars do make the best used cars. It's like buying a new car at a used car price. Now really, why would you buy a used car anywhere else?
Stevens Creek Toyota, San Jose.
Brent Jones waxes poetic about individual style, powerful running, and maintaining your balance in terms we can all understand.
Sonoma.
Here's the Sonoma Brent Jones is raving about, with ABS, driver airbag, air, and much more. Now, buy a new 96 Sonoma between April 20th and June 3rd and get a bedliner at no additional charge. Here now, a very strong expression about when to see your Northern California GMC dealer.
Almost immediately,